afternoon, guys. So I am doing this video to give you guys a little bit of an insight into a situation I found myself in this past week. It was something I haven't found for quite a while. I've been in this situation previously. Perhaps I wasn't necessarily aware of it as much as I was this week. So give you a little bit of background. Just probably about 8 weeks, 12 weeks ago, so 2 to 3 months ago, I started following If It Fits Your Macros, which isn't a diet plan as such. It's basically where you work out your macronutrients, your protein, your fats, and your carbs. You work your calories, your heart rate, your resting heart rate, sorry, and you calculate what you want to eat in the day for your goal according to your macronutrients. So you can make pretty much anything fit. You could also plan ahead. So if you know there's a day we're going out for dinner, you can kind of maybe think about what you're going to eat and you can make it work. So I started following this purely from almost like a research point of view, because guys know, I've said before, I don't follow a diet plan, and I kind of stopped following a diet plan probably I haven't followed a diet plan since before I got pregnant, so it's been almost 2 years, I guess. So If It Fits Your Macros is more a case of research to say, okay, there's loads of this stuff going about in the media. I hear about it all the time. I like to eat nice foods. I like to go out and have dinner. So let's see what I can do. So I basically was following an If It Fits Your Macros approach, but also I was having a cheat meal at least once a week. And this had been going on since at least the end of January. And it was working kind of well. I was tending to have the same things, pizza or fish and chips or something like that. If I was going out for dinner, I would maybe have something like a dessert while I was out for dinner, or perhaps if I was going somewhere where I knew I could eat to fit my macros, I wouldn't do that. I would just carry on eating as normal. So there was no tightening up after I'd splurged. There was no getting back on it. It was just plodding along, carry on doing what I'm doing, but then once a week having this cheat meal. So I started to maybe wonder whether this cheat meal once a week was maybe too much. Maybe I should go every 10 days, every 2 weeks. So that wasn't something I started to think about, but didn't do. It didn't happen. I carried on with this once a week scenario. And then a couple of weeks ago, as you guys know, I went to the Metabolic Effect Summit in Manchester. So I love these guys. These guys talk about diet plans in a totally different way. It's a new it's not a new concept. This book has been around for a while, but it's probably new to a lot of people in the fitness industry. This concept of how your metabolism is not just a calculator and it is not a chemistry set. You can't just put in numbers and expect everyone in that weight category to get the same result, because it doesn't work like that. We are all individuals. So I came away from that summit with so much information. I also came away thinking more about eating consistently every day and not having a cheat meal. Talked about trigger foods and what kind of foods trigger things for me. And I kind of sat there and thought nothing really triggers anything. I don't really have that problem. Last week, I think it was last Tuesday, my colleagues bought fish and chips for lunch, or chips, from a chip shop across the road. They came back and they were eating them and I could smell them. The smell was like, I was working, but the smell was like insane. And they offered me one and I took one chip. Okay, one chip, like that big. It wasn't very big, it was just one chip. It was incredible. It tasted really, really nice. It was really, really good. Instantly, I wish I hadn't had it, because it was like, that was really good. And I really want some more, but I'm not going to. So I'd already eaten my lunch. So that was it. I couldn't get these chips out of my head for the rest of the week. This was the Tuesday. On the Wednesday, I decided that I wasn't going to have chips. On the Thursday, I decided I was having garlic bread. That went out the window. I didn't do anything. And I was just driving myself insane. Like, I had let something that I've now realised is potentially a trigger food for me drive me crazy. But what I'd also realised is for quite a few weeks, I had been having chips every week. And I'd still lost 7 pounds over a 5-month period of time. I was still seeing changes in my body. I was fit. I was getting stronger. I didn't feel like crap after eating them. But stopping having it or refraining from having it actually made my situation worse. It made it harder, which I know we all know. We know that if you the whole saying, if you deprive yourself of something, you're going to end up having cravings for it and you're going to end up eating 10 times more. We know that. But what was interesting for me was that this wasn't something that I realized I crave, and I don't crave it. Like right now, I'm kind of hungry, but I'm not really craving anything. But I had kind of gone along for so many weeks having things that curbed or satisfied a craving that had never actually occurred because I was satisfying it before it happened. Does that make sense? So before I was in this position of going, oh my God, I really want to eat some chocolate. Oh my God, I really want to eat some pizza. I was having it because I knew I was having it. It allowed me to not ever feel that craving. So something I realized this week is I need to have a cheat meal. A cheat meal works for me. Yes, it's not always healthy. My cheat meal won't always be the same thing. And I do have chocolate probably every day. So that isn't really a cheat as far as I'm concerned. It's just me navigating the middle, as Jill Coleman would say. So for me, having that cheat meal or knowing that I've got that buffer once a week, it basically stops me from driving myself insane. And I have so much going on right now in my head that I don't need the stress of should I have chips or not. Yeah, you know what? I'll have them. But it was really interesting because I thought to myself, I've been in this situation many, many times before. 5 years ago, 4 years ago, a year ago maybe, I've been in situations where I'd suddenly find myself having this crazy thought process of like, I'm going to eat this. No, I'm not going to eat this. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I shouldn't do this. And I didn't know what was going on. I also realized I was hormonal this week, so that could have been a contributing factor. But yeah, it was crazy. And it was eye-opening. And it made me realize that actually there are certain things that I'm going to do that work for me. And that is one of the things that comes with a metabolic effect diet is you are a detective for yourself. You are not a dietitian. By that, what they mean is stop applying the same process to everyone. Apply something that is adapting. I'm hoping this is informative. I'm hoping you guys can go, I've been there, I've done that. I feel like that. I kind of rambled quite a bit for a while now, I guess. So I'm hoping that it's reaching you guys with some knowledge that you're not the only ones out there. I am human. I like to make sure you guys remember that. I'm not I know you don't know me, but I'm not some person who has this perfect little life, gets to the gym 5 days a week. I've only been to the gym once so far this week, and I haven't been to the gym for 5 days. For millions of reasons. But yes. So I'm human. # I'm human. # I'm not perfect. So I will see you guys later.
Get your hands up 'cause you think you got it. Going crazy when